Right, welcome ladies and gentlemen. Ubisoft has responded to Japanese players and a huge backlash surrounding Assassin's Creed Shadows. So this is interesting. I mean, they basically just gaslight everyone and they basically just go, yeah, no. So it's a pretty shit statement, quite frankly. But we'll cover it anyway. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Do turn those bell notifications on. And we'll dive right into it. So, for those that don't know, where have you been? Japanese players have decided, and just Japanese people in general, there's a big petition that's been signed, is circulating around the internet, which is trying to get Ubisoft to cancel Assassin's Creed Shadows. They will never cancel it. The benefit, I guess, of the petition is to at least show people's disdain for this and maybe influence some changes. Now, in terms of Assassin's Creed Shadows as a game, you know, it's not remotely historically accurate. We understand that. Obviously, we all get that. But it's not just that. It's also down to sort of architectural designs is bad. There's seasonal issues, sort of rice fields and sakura trees all out. Quite a lot of bizarre things that they chose to do. Chinese architecture. Japanese game, but all right. And of course, Yusuke is front and center. Big, tall, black man mowing down Japanese people. So understandably, people are a bit like, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? So like I said, been a big old petition about it all. But let's take a look, shall we? Let's see what they say. Let's see what the petition is first. This is over on That Park Place. I'll leave it linked down below. But basically, Japanese players launched a petition at the end of June, claiming the game, quote, is a serious insult to Japanese culture and history. It's nearly had 100,000 signatures. And it says the following. Recently, lack of historical accuracy and cultural respect has been a serious problem for game developer Ubisoft, which is scheduled to release Assassin's Creed Shadows. This game is based on the samurai of Japan, ignoring the fact that the samurai is the upper class of the samurai class, and should be family or a person who serves you. In fact, William Adams, the first European to receive the title of samurai, was the one who served Tokugawa Ieyasu as the flag book of 250 stoning. And that's a true individual, William Adams. It's the Anjin in, what was it called? Shogun. That's the character that it's based on. So the petition then declares, in such history, Ubisoft continues to misunderstand the essence and role of samurai. This is a serious insult to Japanese culture and history and can lead to racism in Asia. And then it calls for Ubisoft to cancel the game. So what happened? Well, there's been other people. So Japanese YouTuber Shohei Kondo, did a video to explain why people are pretty pissed about it all. So first he notes that Ubisoft is promoting the game as historical and points to an interview that game director Charles Benoit conducted with Xbox Wire. And at the time, this Charles Benoit individual said the following. This is a game setting. This is a familiar setting for gamers. How does this game differentiate its take on the setting? We're at the end of the Sengoku era in a turning point of Japanese history. Assassin's Creed is well known for its depiction of the history and accurate recreation of the world, and it's what players can expect with Assassin's Creed Shadows. We're showing real historical figures such as Oda Nobunaga and a lot of events that happened during that time. So you're not only playing in feudal Japan, but learning about this fantastic time period. Also, we're giving the opportunity to the players to live not just one, but the two best fantasies of Japan, the samurai and shinobi. And one of them has to be black, I guess. After pointing this out, he listed off a number of reasons why he and other Japanese gamers are opposing the game. So this is the YouTuber. Says, we're protesting marketing DEI's historical distortion stemming from their disregard for Asians and their arrogance and discriminatory responses to protests from Japan, which I think is perfectly fair. Anyway, we've now got a fantastic response from Ubisoft. Since the announcement of Assassin's Creed Shadows, we have received many positive reactions, but also some criticism, including from you, our Japanese players. Shame. We share your passion for history and deeply respect your care for the historical and cultural integrity of your rich heritage. But we're going to butt it anyway. We would like to address a few points to clarify our intentions and creative decisions. So here we go, guys. Let the gaslighting commence. We have put significant effort into ensuring an immersive and respectful representation of feudal Japan. However, it's just a big but, isn't it? However, our intention has never been to present any of our Assassin's Creed games, including Assassin's Creed Shadows, as factual representations of history or historical characters. Instead, we aim to spark curiosity and encourage players to explore and learn more about the historical settings we get inspired by. Oh, I see. So as noted by Benoit in the interview with Xbox Wire, this is not true. Benoit made it abundantly clear that the game's intention was for players to learn about this fantastic time period. So Ubisoft then continued and says, Assassin's Creed Shadows is first and foremost designed to be an entertaining video game that tells a compelling historical fiction set in feudal Japan. Our team extensively collaborated with external consultants, historians, researchers, and internal teams at Ubisoft Japan to inform our creative choices. Despite these sustained efforts, we acknowledge that some elements in our promotional materials have caused concern within the Japanese community. For this, we sincerely apologise. All game footage presented so far is in development. It's not the game footage, is it, you dumbass? And the game will keep evolving until launch. Based on the constructive criticism we have received, we will continue our efforts until we put this game into your hands and beyond. I think the main issue that people have is there's a huge black man mowing down Japanese people. So next, Ubisoft advised Japanese players to criticise Ubisoft rather than any consultants the company worked with, claiming the consultants, quote, are in no way responsible for the decisions that are taken by the creative teams in the interest of gameplay and entertainment. Well, that is false. They are responsible for some of it. While we strive for authenticity in everything that we do, Assassin's Creed our works of fiction inspired by real historical events and figures. From its inception, the series has taken creative license and incorporated fantasy elements to craft engaging and immersive experiences, which is true. But, I mean, Chinese architecture in a Japanese game is a bit lazy. Ubisoft then specifically addressed the inclusion of Yasuke, which the company is describing as a historical legendary samurai in its various marketing promotions. This claim is highly disputed and is currently being investigated by various branches of the Japanese government. So, Ubisoft said, the representation of Yasuke in our game is an illustration of this. His unique and mysterious life made him an ideal candidate to tell an Assassin's Creed story with the setting of feudal Japan as a backdrop. While Yasuke is depicted as a samurai in Assassin's Creed Shadows, we acknowledge that this is a matter of debate and discussion. Wasn't what you said before, was it? We have woven this carefully into our narrative, and with our other lead character, the Japanese shinobi Neo, whatever how you say her name, who is equally important in the game, our dual protagonists provide players with different gameplay styles. We greatly value your feedback and encourage you to continue sharing your thoughts respectfully. How about we did disrespectfully? While we understand that meeting everyone's expectations is very difficult, we sincerely hope that when Assassin's Creed Shadows launches on November 15, players in Japan and around the world will appreciate the dedication, effort, and passion we've poured into it. Probably not. Probably not. So interestingly, this post comes in the wake of Ubisoft seeing an over 12% decline in its stock price after its most recent earnings report, where its net bookings exceeded its prediction. While net bookings exceeded the company's prediction, it bought in 290 million euros or $315 million instead of 300 basically million dollars. They were still down significantly compared to analyst predictions. Blah blah blah. So, I mean, that's pretty big, isn't it? That's pretty big. That's funny. So the stock price is not just down over the past week, but it's down around 15% for the year so far. If you go back an entire year, stock is down over 30%. Go back 5 years, stock is down 75%. So they've just screwed themselves, haven't they? Let's be honest. They've just absolutely screwed themselves. So there you go. Ubisoft responds to Japanese outrage. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. This is all comical stuff, personally. I don't care about Ubisoft. Never cared about Ubisoft. Could not give a shit. So, love to hear your thoughts. Let me know down below. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Give the video a like and a share. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.